Hello, here again Rene from Spain, and this is the second part of the death metal video that I made just now. Finally I decided to make the second part now, you know. I don't want to wait till tomorrow or whatever, you know. Especially because I have a lot of energy thanks to Monster. You know, I advise you to leave crack, to leave coke, to leave heroin or any other addiction you're into and get into Monster. It's a lot nicer and a lot healthier. Healthier, we don't know yet, okay? We don't know what's the consequences to your body in 30 or 40 years, you know, but right now it's good. Anyway, after this stupid comment, I'm gonna show you 10 more of my favorite death metal albums ever. Messiah, a cool band from Switzerland, and they released a couple records in the 80s, you know, very good ones, and there they sounded more obscure, you know, they had an obscure touch to them, plus they had like, on stage they had special clothes on, you know, to make it very dark, you know, to make everything very dark, but in those times they were playing more death thrash. But on this album, they start sounding more like death metal. Also because they changed the singer on this one, you know, and that's why for this singer had a more death metal voice, and the previous singer, you know, was more had more thrashier voice. Malevolent Creation, a really good band. Again, it's a band that I like the old albums more, and I even didn't listen to the last 3 or 4 records by the band. But I think this is a very good record. You know, US death metal. NAPALM DEATH. Wow, I mean, this guy started like a grindcore band. I don't really like those first albums very much. And I know you're gonna think, this guy, what is this guy talking about? I think this is their best album. At least the best from the early days albums. You know, here they started to sound more like a death metal band. You know, and it's a really good album, this. You know, each song is very catchy, and it's very easy to like, this album, for anybody really. Entombed. Of course, there's not much to say more about this record. Again, a band that released a lot of shit, in my opinion, during the mid-90s. You know, they changed their style into more death rock and roll. You know, but it was not really cool, I think. You know. But I think this album and Clandestine are very good albums, you know, and classics. Mortification. I mean, this maybe is going to be a surprise for many of you, but you know, I like Christian metal bands because I don't really care about the lyrics. That's why if they write good songs, you know, I like them. And this is probably the album that sounds more like death metal from all the Mortification albums. You know, again, the band released not so good records during the mid-90s, early 2000s. You know, they didn't really release good records anymore. But the first album and this one are very good. You know, I like them very much. But this one is, this sounds very much like death metal, you know. Massacre from Florida, an amazing band. See? And this album comes with a 7-inch. Yeah, I will show you anyway. It's here. See, it was a free 7-inch that came with this. I think it must be quite rare nowadays, this album, but back in the days, you know, it was not difficult to get. It's from '91. I always loved the t-shirts the guys had on, you know, Anvil, Satan Joker from French, you know, cool traditional metal bands. Necrophobic. I listened to this album so much that I cannot play it anymore, you know, it's fucked. You know, it's all scratched, you can't really see it, I think, but it doesn't play right, it jumps all the time. Band photo, look how young they look like there. You know, and this was really cool. Back in '93, this was a must-have, and I still think this is a must-have. You know, they just released a new album, but I didn't listen to it yet. And I'm not sure, you know, if I'm gonna buy it. But I really like this album and some of their other albums. Also, they released 2 incredible cool demos that they put on CD and on double vinyl, I think, 1 or 2 years ago, you know. But this is a must-have. NECROPHAGIA. one of the first death metal bands ever. You know, together with Non-Slaughter, Deceased, of course, Amon, Mantas, you know, all those early US death metal bands. And the NECROPHAGIA were one of them, you know, one of the early bands, or Autopsy, for example, this band too. And this was their debut album, you know. And these guys have been releasing records, you know, since forever, really, forever. And I still think, you know, they are good, you know. They know how to write good songs, catchy songs, you know, that people like. Always like this band photo. Killjoy is there too, you know, the crazy guy Killjoy. I love the Nasty Savage t-shirts, of course. Look at a cool t-shirt and cool band, by the way. And the last album I'm gonna show you in this special death metal special is Benediction, of course, again from the UK. A beautiful gatefold. See, this came out on Nuclear Blast. Yeah, they were from Birmingham. These guys really rules. This was real death metal. You know, it was like amazing. You know, these guys and this member, for example, are all very cool bands. You know, that I don't show you anything about, but I could show you a lot more different bands, like Living Sacrifice, for example. Living Sacrifice. Okay, I will show you tapes quickly. See, Living Sacrifice. I was just listening to this. You know, it's obviously very good. Did I show you this one? I don't know if I show you this one. I mean, this is what it's sounding right now. You know, the debut album by Death. And that's what you have been hearing during this video. I have one here too. There's nothing to say about this record. This one and Leprosy are amazing records. I also love Human. Human is a very good album. Anyway, this was, you know, in total my top 20 death metal albums. Of course, there's more I like, but of course I don't want to make a top 40 or top 50, you know. It is just some of my favorites. And I hope so you like this video, like always, you know. And if you like it, subscribe. There's more videos to come. Stay metal forever!